really want to be there. And there's, it's like I said, watching without those fans, it's not good. It takes something out of the game or the event itself. It's like I have a lot of artists that I like and follow, musical artists, but they put on like live shows. But I don't want to watch that shit. I don't want to see a band play on video, especially without any fans. Like, you're just basically having band practice. So, like, it seems like everything without fans is just going to be practice. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe basketball and hockey will be different. I think hockey could do just fine. I could probably watch hockey without the fans, because a lot of times some of the hockey games can be pretty quiet, especially when your opposing team is coming in and they're just winning by like 6-3 or maybe 6-2 within the second period or something like that. The fans are pretty quiet. So, hopefully the NHL will get playing again, because I would love to see my St. Louis Blues bring back the Lord Stanley's Cup back to St. Louis one more time for the second year in a row. That would be awesome. So hoping on that. So in case you haven't guessed, I'm a St. Louis sports fan, Cardinals guy, Blues guy. Was a Rams fan until they got ripped away from us. But I guess I'm still a little bitter about that, to be quite honest. So I've moved on. I've moved on from that. Now I'm a Chiefs fan again. I used to be a Chiefs fan growing up until the Rams moved in. Since I grew up living about an hour and a half south of St. Louis, I've pretty much all St. Louis teams have been my team. So I root for St. Louis teams, and when they get that new Major League Soccer team in, that's probably going to be my team there, and I'll wear those whatever colors they choose. Hopefully they do some sort of St. Louis like red, blue, and yellow type of colors or something. I think that'd be really good. And hopefully in a couple of years they'll get that stadium going and generate some more buzz. I'd love to hear what the name's going to be about that. I'd like to do an episode about Major League Soccer team names. So, if that's something you'd like to hear about, let me know. Because I like soccer. I like soccer a lot. I grew up playing soccer most of my life. But I don't understand. I don't get why Major League Soccer teams are marketing their team names after the European League, like clubs. Like you have Sporting KC or whatever FC, SC, and all this stuff. It's like, just I don't know, just make them like an American team, like Kansas City used to be, I think it's the Kansas City Wizards. I think that's a pretty cool name. Why do we have to, one thing I don't understand, like, this is America where, we've always done it our own way, whether it's the best thing to do or not. We've always done it our own way because we're pig-headed and stubborn and just full of pride. But so I don't understand why the soccer teams are kind of marketing their names to be like the club teams over in Europe. I mean, the Colorado Rapids, that's a good example of a good sports team name. I like that. I like how they haven't changed that. I can't think of anything else. It seems like everybody else are all, they're making it sound like they're a European name or whatever. So, like, maybe St. Louis will come out and kind of have like an American professional sports name, because I just kind of like it that way better, like we are this instead of like, go football club or soccer club as it is here in America. But I love soccer. I love how the fans are just so passionate in that, man. If you've ever been to a soccer game, a major league soccer game, or even one in Europe somewhere, like where soccer's big, that it's so much fun. Like the noise that's going on, the chanting. Like I went to a Rapids game, and like I honestly don't see how the hell these fans are constantly making all this noise, and like it's over and over and over and over. It's like, my God, like your vocal cords must be shot after all that. Like, why? How do you have the dexterity to keep screaming and singing and chanting for like 2 hours? Good God, I can't do that. I make all kinds of crazy noises and stuff around the house all the time, but there's no way I could do it for 2 hours straight. I guess you have a little break during halftime and everything, but I mean, still, that's quite a bit. but anyway, but yeah, that's my little spill on Major League Soccer teams and everything like that. So hopefully, it's probably not going to go that way, but hopefully St. Louis will get a nice, a really cool team, and hopefully they'll get a really good following, because I really want to see that team succeed. I think St. Louis is a geez, I can't get rid of this cough, but I hope St. Louis is a really great sports town, no matter what some other former football team owner thinks. Like, I went to the Rams games. For the product that was given to us, I think we did a pretty damn good job of showing up to the games. And the Cardinals, I mean, what can you say? The sport, we love our Cardinals there, St. Louis fans. Blues as well. Soccer's going to do amazing, because when I was growing up, like I said, an hour and a half in Sikeston, Missouri, like soccer was pretty big in Sikeston. And like I know that I used to hear about the St. Louis Storm, which was like I think like a big soccer all-star type deal. Like soccer's been big, and I got a guy that graduated from SEMO as well as the general manager of the St. Louis Ambush, and I see pictures of their games sometimes, and they get some pretty good crowds for a major league indoor soccer team. I mean, who really hears about indoor soccer all that often? Not many people. Like when I think of soccer, I certainly don't think of indoor soccer, but they seem to do pretty good, and that just kind of proves to me that soccer is going to be a pretty big team there in St. Louis. So all the best to them, and I'm looking forward to that. But so I think I've kind of gotten off the rails here a little bit. I've gone over many different things. Like I said, this is my first podcast, first time. Yeah, this is Sports Cognition, and so I'm hoping that later on I'll be able to get some guests. I'd love to get your feedback on what you think about the show, what you thought about the topics, what kind of topics you'd like to hear and talk about. I'm going to try to get some things set up to where I can have people call in, have them over the phone, and actually have discussions, so I'm not sitting here just blabbering over and over about a bunch of nonsense for about 45 or so minutes. So I'd like to get some other people's thoughts and ideas. So it is Sports Cognition. So it is all about thoughts, and I want to hear your thoughts. I like to know, I like to hear what other people's thoughts are, not just on sports, but in life, because who knows, someone could bring up something to me that I've never even thought about before. So I think it's important to have these types of conversations, especially conversations where we don't always agree on everything, but. Yeah, so this is Sports Cognition. I haven't really defined what the podcast is going to be like, because, I really don't know. Like, it says Sports Cognition. Some people might think it's going to be a very, snooty, intelligent type of sports podcast, but I'm not really that kind of guy. I feel like I'm a smart guy, but I'm not some intellectual or anything like that. I'm just a dumbass that loves sports, and I just want to talk more about sports. And hopefully I can find some people that I entertain and want to talk sports with me. So, I love to entertain, and so I hope that this podcast is entertaining for everybody. And man, I'm getting dry off of this from just talking so much. Don't worry, I don't think I have the COVID or anything, but yeah, I think this is a pretty good start for the podcast. I hope everyone else feels the same way. Hopefully, there are other people who are listening that would feel the same way. But yeah, so this is going to be this could be a lot of fun. I can't wait to do this some more, and I hope that everybody enjoys this podcast here. And so I just want to starting to run out of time here, so I think we're gonna move forward with the outro here a little bit and just kind of go over some things here. The music you heard at the beginning and playing now is from a group called Don't Mind Dying. They're out of Columbia, Missouri. Awesome group. If you like the songs that you're hearing, check them out on iTunes. They're called Don't Mind Dying. They got a new single out called Rollin' Pro. It's really awesome. If you really like the dirty, gritty, rocking blues type sounds, these are the guys you need to check out. They are amazing. And their lead singer let me use some of their songs for this podcast. When I lived in Columbia, Missouri, he was my bartender, and I love the guy. He's awesome. So thank you, BC, for doing this, and I'm going to promote you guys as best as I can to get more people to listen to your music, because you deserve it, because you guys make great music, and I love it. Love your live shows, too. Hopefully, if you guys ever come out to Colorado, let me know. I'll be right there watching you guys. But yeah, you can find them on iTunes. They got an EP, an LP, and a new single out. Awesome group of guys. Great music. I love it. If you did like this podcast, please review, rate, give me an awesome rating. Give me 5 stars, all that good stuff. You should be able to find this on iTunes, Spotify, wherever you find your podcasts and things like that. So keep an eye out for that. If you don't like what I did and you want to tell me about it, don't put it on the reviews. Don't put it in the ratings. Just reach out to me and tell me. There's enough negativity out in the world. We don't need any more of that negativity spilling out into the rest of the world. So just let's keep the positivity going and keep those reviews and ratings going pretty well. If you have a problem with what I say or how I sound or what I'm talking about, I'm all for negative criticism. You want to tell me, we can have a talk about it. You can actually reach me on email at sportscognition@gmail.com. You can also reach me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Twitter, the handle is @sportscogpod. Everything else, you should just be able to type in Sports Cognition on Facebook and Instagram. So remember, review, share with your friends, tell everyone about me. I hope I'm entertaining, and this is my first episode, hopefully the first of many more. Like I said, my wife got me this awesome microphone for an early Father's Day gift, so I kind of have to stick with it. So I'm looking forward to doing this some more, and thank you guys for listening. I really appreciate it. Please let me know what you think. I can't wait to interact with everyone out there and see what this thing can do, and hopefully I can affect a lot of lives in a very positive way. And let's have some fun while we're all kind of stuck inside, and hopefully things will tend to get better and everything. So I'll leave you with that, and thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you around soon. See ya.